Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Model Fix. My name's Dan and today we are fixing. I've got everything back together, all the vac leaks sorted out, a lot of the vacuum reconfigured. I started it up and we've got a misfire. We had a misfire on cylinder 4. I investigated that, turned out to be a wet spark plug, changed that spark plug out, and then we had a slight miss on cylinder 3. I did a bit of research, found out that the plugs in the car are the wrong plugs. These engines actually need a specific plug, PFR, I'm trying to remember the number, it's PFR 6B, PFR 6B-11B. It used to be 11C, but it's 11B. Now, these plugs are like gold dust. I found at my local motor factors, and they haven't got any in stock, and they told me that if they've been manufactured for this engine specifically, then tough luck, you're not getting them. They're Nissan only. So I found up Nissan, and as useless as Nissan are, you know how I feel about Nissan if you've seen my previous videos. They rather blatantly tell me that they no longer stock them and they can't even get them. Bloody useless as usual. So I thought of a plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ping up the spark plugs that are supposed to go on this car, and then I'll show you what I've got. Alright, so we're in the kitchen, and what we have here is ZFR 6T11G. These are actually VW Golf and Polo and Skoda plugs, and look what we have here. We have that protrusion that we were looking for. Now, there's a myth that this style of plug doesn't exist for any other vehicle, but I managed to find these through doing a few hours of research on Google. They look just a ticket. The only thing I'm worried about is it hasn't got the serrated bit here where the core pack normally sits, but mine bolt in anyway. It's important to gap these to 0.38 of an inch. I've checked 2 of them already with the lovely feeler gauge, and they are already gapped, so these are ready to go in. And that's it. I mean, for a future video, a little bit of a clue here. What could that be? I might have mentioned it before. But anyway, I'm going to whack these in the car now and fire it up, and hopefully it runs on all 6 nicely. Oh, something to keep in mind about these plugs. They're not platinum, right? The other ones are really expensive. They're about £100 a set because they are platinum. These are copper and nickel. These ones will need to be changed out after about 1,000 miles or so. But for most of these Zs, they don't do that much mileage anyway, so it's no big deal. I mean, these cost me about £25, less than £25 for 6. And more to the point, they're readily available. Let's get them on the car. So the balancer bar is going to have to come off again. Pull all the coil packs out. Right guys, just a quick tip for when you're doing the plugs. Balancer bar, you don't have to take it all the way off. You can leave most of the vacuum lines on depending on how much length you've got and stuff. But just take any obvious ones off that are short or you think are going to get in the way, like this fuel rail one, or fuel pressure balancer or whatever it is. That's very short, so I want you to take that one off. But apart from that, you know, you've got enough purchase, look here, to get the core pack out and get the plug in. Just make sure you put the plug in straight, and that's it really. One of the reasons I want to change these core packs is A, because these are very old now. 30-year-old design this is, right? With a massive coil on it, really heavy. Apparently very reliable, but you have got this guy to think about, right, who isn't reliable. And you've got that plug there, which when you wiggle it, the tone of the car changes. So ideally, you want to eliminate that guy there, delete, and get some more sort of compact, nice, newer coils in. Oh, the other thing that is very important, look at the state of that. None of the plugs on this vehicle. In fact, when I took the manifold off, I don't think I showed you, but there's plastic everywhere. Look at the state of that. So yeah, I think it's long overdue an upgrade. Just a quick note, this side is a little bit harder, cylinder number 6, because you've got this guy in the way and you've got all of this wiring and crap in the way. You've got the 2 core lead plugs, and one of them goes under the fuel rail, so you can't totally move it out of the way, that one. And then you've got some vacuum hoses and stuff as well. I could move those out of the way, and I lifted the balance bar as far out of the way as I could, and it seems to be okay now. So I've got that plug in. You can't see it anyway, but yeah, that's in there. And look at the state of what came out. Look at that. The car has been running on 555 injectors or 550 cc's for short periods of time at a time. It's no surprise they're buggered. I should have thought of that earlier, really. But anyway, brand new ones in there now, and the right spec as well. Alright guys, moment of truth time, yeah? Let's see. Does it sound normal? Sounds beautiful at the moment. Doesn't sound like it's missing. Gotta tighten that up. But it sounds sweet so far. Nice. I'll let it warm up and then I'll give it a few revs. Time to take her for a spin, I think. Fully up to temp now, and the viscous is still on. So, okay guys, it's the next day now. As you heard, the engine is running beautifully now. Well, I say beautifully, it needs a little bit of tweaking. It's idling a little bit on the high side, so I'm going to have a look at everything. Actually, I'm going to have a look at this baby over here, throttle position sensor, and make sure that's adjusted correctly. 4.4 volts. I need to have a look at the idle control valve, which is down the back here somewhere, down there, right? And also need to check the timing. So the timing is down there. Look out for the marks and stuff. So a few things to do just to get it nice and, you know, perfect almost. Okay guys, we're going to cut this one here because there's a whole load of stuff that I did over a span of 2 months to get this car ready for MOT. So I don't want to make the videos too long again. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you took something away from it. I just wanted to say those plugs that I've put in there, they're probably good for around 3,000 to 6,000 miles really. I probably wouldn't put them in a highly tuned car. So if your car's like sort of stockish, then they should be fine, I think. Iridium, just the tips last longer, that's all. There's nothing really that special about them. Or platinum. Iridium, platinum. Anyway, but yeah, the point being is that these plugs that I've just shared are very easily attainable from your local motor factors. So if you wanted to change your plugs quickly, or you wanted a cheaper alternative or whatever, then get those plugs and they work well, as you've seen. Little secret, I did actually go and buy the genuine platinum plugs or whatever they are. OP Oils sell them, interestingly enough, and I think they're about £80 or £90 for a set, which isn't too bad considering the platinums last for ages. However, if you're tuning your car, from my experience, you'd want to go a grade colder anyway. So you'd want to go sort of BPR or FPR, whatever they are, 7 instead of 6. But there is no option for a 7. So I guess they'll be fine. For any of you guys that are running a highly tuned twin turbo, what plugs are you using and do they make a difference? I heard that these engines are very fussy about the plugs you put in them, and that little flanged section at the top makes a big difference because it actually sits further in the hole, and henceforth normal plugs don't work so well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that video guys. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully soon.